You were saying "Falling to Me," "Christmas by the Side of the Road" is
Yeah.
also about veterans.
Yeah.
Is it something that you feel connected with?
Yeah, I mean, being a veteran myself, I see what's going on in the media and all these young kids that are coming back with injuries that you can see and injuries you can't see, that I think the governments aren't really helping them as much as they should. And that's where private charities come in. And if I can help in any way to help these young men and women adjust from being war fighters to being civilians and feeling good about it, because there's a lot of stuff that you can't explain to a civilian if you're a military person, and a lot of these charities are run by veterans as well, and I'm not waving a flag here or anything like that. It's a personal thing that if someone has to do something, it's usually the politicians that send these young kids out to fight, and when they come back, I've noticed time and time again, it's the same politicians that don't help these young men when they come back. And that's when I said, I don't think that I should take any money from the album sales, because I think I could do better with that money and giving it to these charities that are actually trying to help these people where the government isn't.
Is it, what war did you fight in?
Well, I'm talking about what's going on now with these kids coming back from Iraq.
No, what I mean, but
you
were saying you were a veteran yourself.
I was in the Marine Corps, so I mean, I did a lot of stuff, kid. But that's not me. It's not about me. That's what I'm saying. But what I tried to do with these songs is I tried not to make them about me, and I wanted to tell other people's stories. And I think that's really important, that people hear these things and see these things. We get desensitized over the 12 years that Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan have been going on, and a lot of these young men and women are coming back really seriously in need of help, and that's what I wanted to concentrate on. I wanted to tell their story, and being a person that served, I know a little bit more about that than people who haven't. And I'm not getting on a soapbox here and preaching. I'm just telling a story.
There's a line you said, "I never thought I could put out a solo record."
Yeah, I never thought that I would have the need to, and being in the Fun Lovin Criminals, I've always been able to express anything I wanted to do musically. We were all doing that, and I think it got to a point that we needed a break as a band. We just needed to take a little time away from being Fun Lovin Criminals.
Why?
And being fathers and husbands and being human beings, and living life. Because you can't write about life if you don't live life. You can't write about life while you're in the back of a tour bus. That just doesn't work. You have to actually live life. And the simple fact is that we hadn't for a while. So we took a break. I've been married for 5 years, and I have a son now, and when those things happen to you, it makes you feel a lot different about life. And that's when I decided that these songs meant something to me enough to actually enlist my friends' help and ask them if they'd help me do this. And they all said yes, which I was very happy to have them say.
The album is called "Say It to My Face."
Yeah. Well, the album title comes from an old New York kind of expression, where if you're going to say something to somebody, you should say it to their face. And in the recent past, with social media and Twitter and all that kind of things, people can get caught up in things and say things on the internet without any repercussions. And I've been guilty of that myself. And I thought it was apt for me to change the way I thought and the way I expressed myself. And that was why I named the record that, because I thought it was something that if you're going to live your life in a positive way, it's better to be able to say something to somebody and not behind their back, because eventually it's going to get back to them, and you're going to look like an idiot because you didn't have the courage or the guts to say it to them, to their face.